Okay, so we're going to start with C300. C300 has been selling, and I still anticipate or expect it to get to 2900. Here we can see we're pushing down. We got a retracement, we pushed down, so I'm still bearish on this one. Let's see if the smaller time frames align with our view. Okay, so from yesterday, I had this zone marked. Price came slightly above that zone, then they started selling. Today, I'm seeing this zone here, but I'm not sure if price will get there. Right here, around 3,300. 33.15, 32.93. Anyway, from this area, price can retrace into. But looking at the last 4 hour, they could still drop without coming into this zone. But let's see what the smaller time frames have. Okay, 30, so from 32.94 up to 33.15, that's a sell zone. So if price retraces into this area on the 4 hour, we anticipate a rejection, something like this. We should get a candlestick like this maybe, or a pattern which shows us that we're still continuing down. Then we can sell and hold. Let's see H1. Okay, so if you notice that zone we drew from the 4 hour, it's right here. It's this low here. So price can extend today's highs, then sell. That's what we currently looking for, but we just want to see they might actually tap into this area, then actually drop. So we're going to mark that last reversal candle there. M15, we're looking for a pattern. So from M15, what you'll notice is we had our peak and our order block is right here, almost in the same area as this order block here. So that's a potential area where price can just retrace into. I think it's actually the same price. Yeah, it's the same price. So if price retraces anyway into this area and rejects, we are going to take sales. And we'll target today's lows as the targets, and we'll also target the 2,900 price area. So if we are able to hold this one, we should actually hold it. So this is what I'm seeing so far. We'll wait and see what happens there. Then going to C5. C5, I wanted to explain this setup yesterday. We had some strong acceleration from the moment we're stalking it here for sales. They gave the pattern here, then they dropped. They came here and we were expecting them to retrace into this area. They didn't. Accelerated down. They didn't come back up here. They were just respecting these the weak points on the wicks. So from the higher high, the lower high points, they were just tapping into it, setting a new one, breaking, tapping into it, setting a new one, breaking, tapping into it, all the way down here. There was actually more acceleration. I think this was yesterday. They didn't even retrace. So today, this is the first retracement we're getting. And it could be a reversal, it could be a retracement. So let's see what the daily chart is showing. Okay, we have this zone here. we have liquidity below the zone, which I was hoping price could actually get to. So from the daily, we're having a retracement and we are near the what? The 13 EMA. This means we could actually get sales right here. So if you notice on the 4 hour now, we have that zone, that lower low from the H1. So they could just tap into that area, which is also the 13 EMA on the daily, and give us a sell. So if we can get a pattern, okay, first we need H1 to confirm being bearish. Then we need to confirm the pattern with M15. So I'm going to leave C 500 on H1. Once we get a nameable candle or a rejecting candle, then we're going to sell. We're going to confirm with M15, then sell. So going to see 1000. Again, this one had a huge drop. The whole of last week was just to sell. So now I feel like price could potentially be reversing. If you notice, we've broken a structure to the left-hand side, and price could potentially be coming up here to this broken level, which was retested once. Let's see. Okay, so we can potentially look for sales around 60-40, 60-25. 60-25 would be just this candle here. But if you notice, it's actually like a big zone here. So we might also get maybe some spikes around 6,000 area. Okay, so if we get into here, we might get some spikes. So it'll just be like an up move. So an impulsive move, a retracement, impulsive. Then they can still be coming here. So there's a lot of points of interest here. We just need to see how price reacts when they get into that area there. So just keep stoking on this one. And this is the 4 hour. Let's check what's happening on the H1. Okay, so H1 I can consider a short-term sell if price comes back to retest this area here. So for them to come here, we need some form of pattern. Okay, they would have to break today's lows. They would have to break today's lows, this order block here. If we come below here, we can possibly get a 25 to 30 pip scalp potentially. Then if we break, we might actually continue pushing down a bit. But for now, I feel like we're pushing up. So let's mainly stoke on this one and see what they want to do. Because right now we are on the buying side of the moving averages. We are on the buying side of the TDI. So I wouldn't want to commit on sales just yet until we get stronger confirmation. So we just stoke on that one. B500s, we had a flip zone buy yesterday. Today we might get another one. Let's see what we have on the daily. Okay. Okay, so they actually respected that area we were speaking about a couple of days ago. We got there, we slowed down, we had a huge stop hunt, and we also mentioned we would potentially get movement on the 800 EMA on the daily, of which we did. And yesterday was just a continuation. So today Still want to see this price getting all the way up here. They've already pushed down from the open price. Let me see if I've got more reasons to be bullish. Okay, looking at the H4, we are looking for demand zones. So the only demand zone I see here would be this one, which would be around 47.70. That's a point of interest there. But if you notice, then when we were coming down, we were leaving these supply zones here, so it could still be like a break and a retest of a supply zone. So we might get a reaction right on top here before we get to this demand zone. A continuation here is possible, but I would love to get a retracement. So I'll only buy if I get an interaction with the 13 EMA on the 4-hour. So I'll leave this one on the 4-hour, zoom in on the candles, then I'll wait for a retracement. Also, if you notice, we had like a huge push up, which just broke this zone here. We still need like a retracement for us to actually continue pushing up. So that's what I'm going to wait for on B500. Okay, B1000. Let's see. Okay, so we had a reaction here a few days ago, pushed above the 13 EMA. We had a zone here which we have respected, and it looks to me like we are bullish. So I've got a zone here. Let's check what we have on the smaller time frames. Okay, this is the zone. So again, if we get a reaction right now on the 13 EMA on the 4-hour, that's where I'm anticipating the setup for the buy to form, and I'm looking forward for price to come all the way up to 13,940. So if it moves and we can hold up to 13,940, that'll be a good trade. So entry points anyway around this area. I wonder where this zone is coming from. Let me just quickly check. Okay, there's so many zones here now, so let's remove the ones we don't need. Okay, so from yesterday, I actually wanted to see B1 retracing into this area. After they set a peak here, I saw this break and I wanted them to come here. This was my Q zone, but they accelerated, respected this, broke, respected this. So they've been respecting the higher high weeks. So here we've got no weeks, no weeks. So price is sort of pushing down. So this week, which was retested here, price can play on it, or they're coming to this order block here, which is lining up with the zone which was broken yesterday. So those are my 2 points of interest today for possible buys. So what we wait for now is just H1 to give us a reversal candle. Once H1 gives us a reversal candle, it will confirm our buy bias. Then we will look for a pattern on the M15 and we execute. So point of interest 13,750. Point of interest 13,800. So that's my range where I'm expecting price to give me a pattern for buys. Worst case scenario would be price coming all the way to this zone which wasn't retested. That would be the worst case scenario. So we'll just keep stalking and see where they will turn, then we execute the trade. Okay, so that's a point of interest there. Let's see what happens. So going back to H4, I just want to check. Okay, so you will notice that that area, that's worst case scenario area, we've got a demand zone right there. So if they don't reject this area, they will definitely be coming to this area, and we can still see this price pushing up here, all the way up into this supply area as well, which is around 39.50. So just see how it plays out. And for now, we're going to leave it on the H1 so that we can catch the low of the day or the reversal for us to actually buy. Right, going to J10, I was bearish yesterday. I was waiting for them to come here. I'm not sure if I executed this one. I don't think I did. Price started by coming up, taking out this high. Let's see if they respected this zone here. They didn't get into it. But yeah, they took out liquidity just above this one. So we had a peak, a broken order block here. You could have used this. You could have used this. Price retraced and gave us a nice pin bar there. Confirmed the sell, dropped. So the initial sell of the day, I feel like we've already missed it. So let me just check the daily to see what our bias is. Still bearish, I would say. I want to see this price coming all the way down here. So from a higher time frame perspective, I feel like we're still bearish. 4 hour, I'm not happy with this price action here. This particular price action here. If it was painting going in like a retracement way, then I would say yes, we can sell. But now I feel like there's many sellers involved here. Price could retrace all the way up, maybe to this zone, or all the way up into this area before we actually get a continuation. So for now, I'd say I don't have anything solid yet. Yesterday's liquid lows have been taken, so liquidity taken out, price would retrace. So maybe they could respect this area and drop. Maybe they could extend today's highs into this area, then drop. Maybe they could come above this liquidity, then drop. There's so many possible plays here. So I would say let's rather wait and see what happens. If we break here, maybe we can look for a short-term buy. Going up to take out today's highs. So if we break this last order block here, we can look for short-term buys. But if we respect it, they need to act as a H1 supply zone, because this is a broken structure and this has been a downtrend. We are pushing down. So if we just decide to go with the trend, if they respect this zone, then we're looking for a continuation to the downside. So again, this one, I'll leave it on H1. Then the last one is V250. Let's see what we have on the daily. Looks like that sell how we were talking about, we are going to get it, where price is going to get to 14,690 possible. Daily has rejected off this zone here. So from a higher time frame perspective, this is a peak, broken order block, a retest. So we could get price creating a form of a pattern somewhere here and then giving us that sell we want. So safe sells will be below 53,770. Early sells, let's see what we have. H4. Okay, so that zone we have from the daily is this one here. But if you notice here, it's been retested. At the same time, we've got a supply zone here. So for now, I'll lean onto this supply zone. So if our price gets to 73,000, that's a high probability point of interest for sales. At the same time, they might just respect this, which is around 67,920. Also, if we get a rejection here, then we can look for sales. Then as soon as we break this area, those are sales which you can actually hold to the next zone on the higher time frame. So that's my view on B250. I'll leave it on this chart on the 4-hour. 68,227. Okay, so those are the 2 points of interest I have for sales. At the same time, you notice that I had a zone here, and it looks like this price wants to continue and break it. So first fake out, trigger, sell stops, then retrace into our desired point of interest. So either here or here. If we get a rejection, then we can sell. So I think that's what I have for today. So V250, we'll leave it on H4. J10, we'll leave it on H1. B1, we leave it on H1. B5, we leave it on H4. C1, we say this looks like it's on the bullish side, so let's rather wait and see what they want to do on this one. C5 almost tapped into our zone, but let's see how H1 closes. If it closes bearish, then we drop to M15 and we look for a sell pattern. C300 potential retracement into this zone, extending today's highs or a respect of this zone. So rather leave it here because I still feel they can come into this area here before they give us any sells. TDI also has to give us something like this to confirm the sells here. So I think that's it for today. If there's any questions, you can still send them on the Telegram group or on WhatsApp. Apart from that, have a good day. Good trading.